Hi, I'm Fynnion, and this is Once Upon a Baby Lich.
I shall make this place mine.
Now, even as a young boy, the Lich, or as he was called then, Vecna, was a great wizard. He mastered each school of magic easily, where other students of magic would struggle on a simple subject for almost decades. However, one day his master, his mentor and teacher, was executed for witchcraft by the people, and his focus instead became an obsession, as he began to study the darkest school of magic, necromancy, the witchcraft of life and death. As his power grew, so did his ambition, and he began to shed his mortal shell and ascended to lichdom. His power gave rise to a great empire from which he ruled over from his rotten tower. But his thirst for dark knowledge with which to fill his book of vile darkness was never really satisfied, and it led him to many realms and planes. But in his own realm it was that a servant found a spell, torn from an ancient tome, written in an unknown language. Vecna immediately sensed dark energy from this tome, and he spent months analyzing its syntax, phonetics, and form. He documented every letter, theorizing their meaning. Even when there were problems in his domain, he ignored them, left it to his lieutenants to continue his studies of that tome. Only occasionally would he venture to investigate rumors of mysterious disappearances, which happened at night and left no traces. At the scenes of these disappearances, he felt the same energy as from that strange script. But the scenes had no pattern, no common motive, no sign of struggle, and no body. He was confounded, which made him furious. Only that dark energy remained. To what end did they need these bodies, he asked himself. One dark night he had a breakthrough. A word he had interpreted as meaning dying made more sense as disappearing. Perhaps this related to the people that had gone missing. Perhaps they were taken alive. He applied the substituted word in his notes and everything fell into place. He copied what he had learned to a fresh page of parchment and began to speak the words aloud, and the room darkened. It filled with a creeping black fog. He felt himself displacing, going somewhere else. Vecna, however, resisted, incanting spells he had memorized, holding the fog at bay. But he gazed into the darkness of the fog. He felt that alluring energy, a despair, an evil he could scarcely imagine. A sick curiosity overcame him. His concentration waned and he let the fog take him. He understood. Submitting was the only way to harness this evil. He knew in his cold, unbeating heart that its dark secrets would one day be his. And that is how our newest killer, the Lich, Vecna, entered the entity's realm. With that out of the way, let's talk about the Lich's attributes, teachable perks, and power. The Lich, or Vecna as I'll be referring to him mostly throughout this video, has the standard base movement speed of 4.6 meters per second, or 150% of a survivor's base running speed, a tear radius of 32 meters, and a average height. However, he does float, so he can seem a little taller. Now, let's go over his teachable perk. Vecna's first teachable perk is Weave Attunement. When an item is depleted for the first time, a survivor item that is, it is dropped, and the killer can see auras of dropped items. Survivors within 12 meters of a dropped survivor item have their auras revealed to the killer. When a survivor, however, picks up a survivor item either from a chest or from the ground, they are afflicted with the Oblivious status effect for 20, 25, or 30 seconds, depending on the level of the perk. And I assume this doesn't count for special items such as the vaccines and sprays from Nemesis and Wesker, or the turrets from Xenomorph, or the box from Pinhead, from the top of my head. Which is why it's only for survivor items. Vecna's second teachable perk is Liquid Touch. When a survivor within 36 meters of the killer's location disturbs a crow or scares a crow, they suffer from the exhausted status effect for 6, 8, or 10 seconds, depending on the level of the perk, and afterwards Liquid Touch goes on a cooldown for 20 seconds, or as soon as the scare happens. Vecna's third teachable perk is Dark Arrogance. Now this perk permanently increases the duration of killer blinds by any means and the duration of pallet stuns by 25%. However, as a trade-off, it also permanently increases vaulting speed by 15, 20, or 25% depending on the level of the perk. Which is interesting for a killer that might not even need to vault windows, which we'll get into with his power next. Now, Vecna's power is called Vile Darkness. Vecna has 4 spells which he can choose from with a quick press of the control button, each serving a separate purpose. His first spell is Mage Hand, which grants the ability to create a magical hand that lifts dropped pallets back upright in an interaction that takes 0.5 seconds, or it blocks any already upright pallets for 4 seconds. So let's say a survivor is running around a pallet, you use it while the pallet is still standing, the pallet gets blocked for 4 seconds. If the survivor drops the pallet and you use it afterwards, it lifts up the pallet in 0.5 seconds and you can walk through it. However, the pallet is then standing again and it can be dropped again to get a stun. And it doesn't stay. Like 4 seconds for it to be blocked, that's 1 loop around most of the structures. His second spell is Flight of the Damned. Now, Flight of the Damned conjures 5 flying entities, which are skeletons which are missing their legs. And these skeletons, these flying entities, can pass through obstacles and damage survivors in their path. It triggers Killer Instinct on survivors downed by the spell for 3 seconds. However, survivors can dodge this spell by crouching underneath these skeletons. However, also, a counter to the counter, the skeletons spawn in relation to the elevation of Vecna. So if Vecna is on a staircase and he manages to cast the skeletons in a way where they fly barely over the ground, survivors cannot crouch under it. They will get hit. They can only crouch underneath these skeletons, these flying entities, if they are on the same elevation as Vecna is when he casts it. Alright, let's get into the third spell, which is Dispelling Sphere. Now, this Dispelling Sphere grants the ability to cast a moving, invisible sphere that reveals survivors through Killer Instincts and disables their mage items for 60 seconds upon contact. We'll get into the mage items in a second here. Now, when a survivor is hit by this sphere, it causes the specific type of magic item to become visible to the Lich on the survivor HUD while they are disabled by the spell. And the cooldown duration of magic items is indicated to all players with a timer on the survivor HUD. I'm not sure if this reveals also the timer to the killer. That I'm not sure about. Or if you can always see which items people have. But we'll see when we play him. And his third spell is Fly. Now, Fly grants Vecna the ability to fly across the environment for up to 4 seconds, and allows Vecna to ignore drop pallets and windows. So he can fly through windows and he can fly over drop pallets. However, he comes out of Fly, he has a little cooldown, so he can't instantly hit out of it. And each of these spells is on a separate cooldown, so you can use them in a rotation and play around that. Now, we mentioned it with the Dispelling Sphere that survivors have magic items, which is the interaction of Vecna. Now, around the map, 6 treasure chests spawn, which look different from normal chests. They're a little more round, which contain special magic items for survivors to equip. These include either boots or gauntlets. Now survivors have to open these crates and roll a d20, and depending on what they get, they might either get trapped by the box, which turns the box into a mimic, forcing them to hit a couple of skill checks to escape from it, or lose a health state if they fail. Or they roll a d20 and get the special items, which we'll get into at the very end. Now, all magic items will reveal the aura of the Lich for 1.5 seconds when Vecna casts the associated spell with the item. Now, the items are as follows. You have the Sky Guard, which reveals the aura of Vecna during fly, and this effect lingers for 3 seconds. Then you have the Night Watch, which reveals the auras of the flying entities during Flight of the Damned. Then you have the Archivist, which turns the spelling sphere visible for that survivor that holds this item. And the Interloper, which reveals the auras of pallets affected by Mage Hand and grants a 7% haste status effect for 3 seconds to that survivor. Survivors can have a boot and a gauntlet equipped at the same time. And sometimes, if a survivor's unlucky, they might also find a half-depleted item inside a treasure chest. Now let's get to the special items, the Hand and Eye of Vecna. Very rarely, if a survivor rolls a d20 and actually gets a 20, the treasure chest will contain the Hand of Vecna or the Eye of Vecna. And survivors can attune themselves to these items to use them. Healthy survivors can use them at a cost of a health state once they have attuned to these items. Now the Hand of Vecna will activate when a survivor rushes into a locker, and it will teleport that survivor to a different locker that is at least 10 meters away. However, this also triggers a loud noise notification on the target locker and Killer Instinct on them for 5 seconds. So Vecna knows where you're going, but it might just get you away out of a sticky situation. However, the Eye of Vecna is a little different, which activates when rushing out of a locker, and has the following effects for 12 seconds. It suppresses their aura, scratch marks, blood pools, and grunts of pain, grants them complete invisibility, grants them 25% haste, and triggers Killer Instinct for 3 seconds after they become visible again after those 12 seconds. I have used both these items in my Survivor games, and the Hand of Vecna really is cool, teleporting away from one locker to the next. You kind of lose your orientation a little bit, but the Eye of Vecna, it can really save you in an endgame situation with that 25% haste and being invisible. I've gotten away from the killer once. However, I didn't win that game. I do have the achievement. I got it when I had the Hand of Vecna. But that is not all. There is also an achievement for Vecna himself to reclaim either his hand or eye. And that is called Recover Artifact, which is a special interaction. Survivors who have attuned to either the Eye or Hand of Vecna and have hit their second hook stage, so which means on next hook they would be dead, are gonna be vulnerable to Vecna. Which means that when they are downed and on death hook, Vecna can use a quick Mori on them and recover either his hand or eye. And doing this while getting a 4K will grant the achievement, which is what we're hopefully gonna get at some point during this episode. Now that is it for the power, which is a lot, but I think it's not as complicated as it sounds. I played one quick bot match just to get a feel for what the power is like before I hop into a real game. And it's definitely going to be about using your spells in the correct situations, and I guess that's what I have to find out throughout this episode. When is the correct situation to use which spell? Disturbed Ward. Our first game as the Lich. Vecna. Oh, we have somebody spawning very close to us. Actually running right into us. I'm just gonna pre-select Flight of the Damned here. Probably gonna drop this. Somebody got stuck in a mimic. Oh, she double backed. Yeah. Looks like she either I missed it or she ducked underneath it. I'm running Weave Attunement together with Franklin's. Obvious reasons, I think. That was a weird cast. I don't know if I have to hold it, actually. Because who would I be if I didn't try this build at least once? I think it's one of the most popular survivor builds at the moment. Survivor builds, killer builds. Let's try the sphere here. Send it over to that gen. And we have the hand as well. Okay, doesn't look like anybody's here. Survivor's over there.
No.
Looks like somebody has the eye. Let's try this again. Okay, I do double click it. Okay, the controlling is a bit weird on it. Nobody's coming for this apparently. So Laura has the hand, which means she gets the movement speed boost if I use this. Oh, there is somebody. Okay, that somehow didn't hit the person that rescued. Okay.
Impossible geometry.
Okay, we got a little down on her. Somebody else has the hand as well. I'm not quite sure why I can see it for some of them. Or does it just mean they have an item in their hand? I'm not sure if it actually means that they, okay, there we have Torah. Make him drop his flashlight. I think he shouldn't be able to crouch under this, which is nice. I completely got it wrong which direction he went, but I think it's fine. Oh, there's somebody else here as well. Oh, it's the Cheryl. She must be around here. Okay, my sphere's not ready yet, unfortunately. Oh, there's somebody. Sorry, I just can't find anybody else right now. Okay. She crouched underneath it, but it made her lose distance, I think. Okay. Okay, the hand's probably the right play here. Laura died on hook. Okay, I thought she was gonna drop that. We can see her aura. How did she avoid those? Maybe I need to place them more in the direction she's running. I might have placed them too much in this direction than actually where she was running to. Something to keep in mind, I guess. she has the hand. Oh, she has like something that hides her scratch marks. Okay, so that I placed right on top of her. Opened.
Impossible geometry.
They're both over there. Please don't give up on Hook. I'll let Vittoria save you. My charms are completely messed up. I don't know how that happened. Put you down here. There he is. Okay, we can still see the Cheryl as well. She crawled this way. There we go. And now we can Mori her with the quick one to recover artifacts. And that's our first game of Vecna. Does it give me the achievement? Yay! We got it on our first game. The Shattered Square. Okay. I'm playing a build centered around Liquid Touch this time. So whoever started that bird is also exhausted now. They have the eye. That's crazy. And we have a hand as well. That was a crazy lunge. I didn't think that would hit, honestly. But we shouldn't be, we shouldn't worry about any exhaustion perks, honestly. Because I feel like they're gonna be exhausted a lot. We use this. Oh, it's the different Felix. I thought we used that, be smart about it, and you can't use the hand. Going, oh, what the fuck? I love it when it happens. Let's tinker. We can go there. I think we are fast enough, especially with this.
You pay.
Dodge. She faked the direction. Okay, Mage Hand's the only thing that's ready right now. She's just running a straight line. I can do this all day, Nancy. Whoa. Well played. Big shift W value there. No real clue where the other source might be. Let's just check there. Oh, I saw a bird over there. Okay, we have Lori up there. We also have somebody over here. It's a Felix. Okay, tinker on that chin. I don't think he makes it anywhere. Hey dudes. Dude, this Nancy is crazy. Seems like she's in this way. Okay, she finished that. She'll send it out this way. Yeah, that's where they are.
Arcane secrets.
I think that's Nancy again. Okay. We need to hand here. Might have been the wrong move because she can drop it again now. Do I get this? Yeah. Are you staying? I did not know there was a pallet here. They are probably finishing that gen all the way over there, aren't they? Oh, no, this one.
Manipulate.
Let's go for Lori. Make her go men. he actually just go straight up back? Okay, that actually cancels the flight?
I have just
I don't know if it's dropping down that cancels it, or if it's flying over a window, because I actually don't think I've used it flying over a window until now. Okay. He's on death hook now as well. Recover artifact. It's such a quick Mori. The Greenville Square. Now, the map is very dark. As you can see, we are playing the Lights Out Modifier. Oh, somebody's here. And we've had a couple issues over the last few games. While playing Vecna, or the Lich, which basically, in a while, which is like part of my computer, like a Corsair service program, hadn't been updated in a while, and it was taking up a lot of memory because it's always running in the background. Do I make this? No. And I had to update it, and I did, and now my memory's fine again, and that was causing the frame issues. But as you might also know, the filters are also currently broken, disabled. So even in the normal game mode, it's a bit more darker for me, and I haven't really gotten used to it, like the way it is now. Lucky me. That was a good hand use, I think. She couldn't vault the pallet while it was being picked up. She's probably going for this, yeah. I can see her. I'll just make her mend. I cannot see her for the life of me. I hear her though. That's nice. Yeah. The only problem with game mode being out like this is the killer times the queue times, they go up insanely. In other words, I waited for this match for like 8 minutes, and if I go normal queue next game, it might even take longer. Oh, he went here. Still at the endurance.
What tool to unravel them?
Mori time. Oh, I can't see anything. Time to find Hatch. Oh, she found it. Yeah, so that's the lights out modifier. It's a bit strange, a bit weird. It's not really my type of game mode. Family residence. Let's see what we can do with this game. So I'm running the same build that I ran before as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking we go for this person just because they're close. Those guys are running back there kind of unawares. Okay, he crouched under him.
Impossible geometry.
Oh, what? What? This dude's crazy. He's gonna make it to the pallet, isn't he? And he has a window connecting it? Holy. Okay. Some pretty good tiles to connect here. And I lose a gen for it. Nice job, Jake. You can get some regression here, though.
Yeah.
Damn it. Try. Nice try, nice try, nice try.
A suitable sacrifice.
Where did you run? There you are. Damn it. I was hoping she hadn't quite recognized it yet. We have Bill running over here somewhere. There he is. There you go. Okay, we can save the pain res on Bill for now. Wait, I thought she was the one who was on hook. I chased the wrong one, that's my bad. Let's move you over here, those two guys are going for that gen. We can send this out and disable their items at least. I don't think it was ready yet. Okay, it was a bit too late. Jake's just standing there. Let's see if we can do anything with the hand here. Okay, I thought she quick and quieted maybe through the window. Is that her? Did you really just go back for your item?
Manipulate.
So. Alright, everyone. I'm sorry if my mic suddenly sounds a lot different than it did during the last game. That last game, or some of the last games that you saw, they were all recorded over a year ago, or well, not over a year ago, but about a year ago, before I took a very long, unintentionally long break from DBD. Since that time, we've had 3 new killers released, because at the time I was doing the Lich episode, Dracula was just about to come out, because I had also fallen behind on the Unknown. I've already spent 500,000 blood points on each of these killers, since I've been getting a ton of blood points from from changes that were made and gave out free blood points to everybody, and like just doing some survivor tomes, catching back up with how the game works now, because a lot of stuff has changed. There is now a dodge system or something along those lines where survivors can abandon a match if like everybody's down and there's no unbreakables or something. If the match is lost, the survivors can abandon it without like penalty. The killer can now mori the last survivor every time, and even mori them if the second survivor who's still alive is on their second stage on the hook. So there potentially is always a mori without even bringing one. And some perks have changed. I don't even know if Vecna's perks are still the same, or if they changed significantly. Obviously, with the new killers coming out, there's new maps that I haven't played, and I haven't played any killer yet. So I've just gotten back into DBD yesterday. I played some Survivor games, seeing if anything had changed significantly, figuring out, like, navigating the new menu with the trials and the quests and the tomes now being in a completely separate tab down here. So mildly confusing. But I'm just gonna look at some of the perks, and I'll just run something, and then we'll see how it goes in our first game back. Oh, we actually go to our home map. That's something. I don't like my frame rate. Holy. Well, if I remember, this is what I had in my last recording too. I thought I placed those right on top of her. Do I have anything? Does she have anything here? Looks like she went down over here then, yeah. That's kind of funny actually. Guess I'll just... Did she seriously knock herself? Okay, that was actually a crazy hit. Oh no, wait, she didn't unhook. She used the hand. And I put her right next to me, actually. think she makes this, right? I think I make this. Oh, she actually gambled. Holy moly, what are they doing? Okay, do it then. Oh wait, she doesn't even have the flashlight. Shiva doesn't even have a flashlight. Wait, but that's the room where you can't get out of, right? Yeah. I swear I thought I heard somebody run here for a sec. She did? This Sable's hiding pretty good. Okay, finesse. Finesse and lithe. Make it around again? No. That should not have been a hit. I mean, she's really good at hiding. Ah, there you go. Let's recover our artifact real quick. And the finisher Mori. Honestly, not bad for a first game back. Honestly, in my opinion, one of the best add-ons is the bulk spending of blood points. I don't have to click through many, I can just instantly spend all these blood points and get stuff for it. It's the best part about the bulk spending. Ooh, Ormond Lake Mine. This is a map I have not played. This is the map that came out with the Houndmaster, I'm pretty sure. What's all the screaming about though? unlucky rolls, I guess. Wait, where did he go? There you are. So I think I'm running the same build that I ran back when I started with this killer. I think this is the exact build that was popular back then.
From the dawn. Beyond the fold.
Are we about to reach a pallet here? Oh, that just made her get the window. Oh. Okay. I like this map. It looks pretty cool. I would dare say that the main building looks a little bit complicated.
Sacrifice.
I saw you. Okay, she avoided those. I think we've delayed the first couple survivors pretty good. First couple gens. Okay, there's a lot of pallets in this. I don't think she can crouch under that. Because that was a lower elevation than she was. Oh, gave me a noise notification somewhere. We'll do Steve the honor. I want to strip a Steve. Ooh, Grim Pantry. Have not played this map in a while. Hit someone all the way in the back. Hello? Who's this? And I also put on Thanatophobia. Oh! Kinda epic. We have Meg on this. Okay, good hit. That's two very fast hooks. She stayed on this side. Gonna occur here. I haven't seen that one yet. I think I'll just go to these guys.
Decisions, decisions.
Do you make that? Just wanted to make sure there's no dead heart or something. Could get flashlighted through the window here. Huh? What? What was that interaction? She dropped it while the hand was on it? Oh, I guess because it was picking up. She's not gonna realize I have this. Oh, okay. Hold the pallet. Nice dead art though. Oh, they created finished two gens in that time. Let's try it. Guess I'm struggling to keep them injured right now. I was hoping that would slow it down for a second. I might catch her here. I actually did. No, she actually manages to dodge that. They're pretty efficient on the heals right now. Saw a bird over here. Holy shit. Holy fuck. If she has fucking Unbreakable, that would be insane. Holy, they played so fucking well. And I somehow managed to pull it back. Holy. Dead Dog Saloon. Honestly, I think not a bad map. Spawn isn't the greatest though.
What tool to unravel them?
Somebody there. Wait, what? I thought she ran past me. Oh, that stun duration is painful. Let's see what we can get here. Okay, he got bitten. Not sure exactly where. Oh, you stealthy motherfuckers. Oh, I didn't think she actually realized I was above her. Let's see if they're healing. Actually had an ace over here. Is that an ace? Yes, that is an ace. Take the down. Pretty sure we have Kate up there somewhere.
That is not yours.
Okay, let me just kick this real quick. It's not in range. Can I get a double down here? Okay, big pressure. See someone over there. If they run through the saloon, I can probably hit them. Okay, now we'll go for Laura. Sorry for playing a bit like an asshole, but I have an Adept to complete. And I'm admitting I did always hook the ace in between. Can't hold that against me. Might as well go for him again, right? I got stuck on those boxes there. Okay, that's Kate up there.
Only a little longer.
Hold on. I heard that. Okay, we see her as well.
I require a sacrifice.
Should make... Okay,
Enough game.
that's the Adept, I think. Because all we need to do is get a merciless victory, right? Just need a 4K. And this should count as a merciless. There we go. Adept Lich. Not a lot of blood points. This might not be enough to get us there. Let me finish off this blood web efficiently. And then we go like this. And that unlocks all the 3 perks for Vecna: Liquid Touch, Dark Arrogance, and Weave Attunement on all our killers at level 3. And that also concludes this episode with a 11-month break in between of the baby Lich. And without further ado, let us head over into the tier list and rank this killer. Alright, here we are in the tier list. As you can see, this one specifically has been updated up to the Ghoul, which is 3 episodes, or like 4 episodes from now. 3 episodes from now. If I count this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll get there eventually. Maybe by that time, Springtrap will be added to this. This is not, I didn't make this tier list, somebody else made it. I'm just using it for my purposes. And yeah, let's get on to ranking the Lich, aka Vecna. Now, I started this killer off when he released, or shortly after he released in September 2024. Obviously, right now it's August 2025, so I started playing him, got him to Prestige 1 something, and then suddenly stopped playing DBD for about 11 months. I played a Survivor game. I played a little bit more. I think I played up until like end of October, early November. I played a few other killers, and but I didn't play Vecna because I wasn't recording for the series. I wasn't sweating. I was just doing some tome stuff, trying to get the rift completed, all that stuff. But despite that, Vecna remains a very strong killer. And I think this is something that happens to me. If the killer is strong, I usually find them a little more fun to play. If I remember correctly, Cenobite was hard. He was difficult, but he also wasn't like super strong on release, which made him not as fun for me. I found Skull Merchant enjoyable at the start until people started just disconnecting and giving up as soon as they saw her, which they still do. But I heard she's getting a rework. There's a bunch of stuff in the notes which propose a rework for her, where she can like move her drones remotely, and she has like a little drone on her shoulder which fires like an EMP or something. I don't really know about all that. But I do have to make one change because I don't think this is fair anymore. I don't think Bubba is rarely fun. I find him occasionally fun. Like, he can be fun in the right circumstances, but if you get a bad map and you don't run certain add-ons, he can be very tedious to play. I don't think I've had a single bad game with Vecna. We came really close earlier on the Swamp game, but then the survivors messed up and I got all 4 of them down. And jumping in back now a year almost after his release, and he's still pretty much the same character. His perks haven't really changed. His power hasn't like significantly changed, at least not that I've realized. And he still feels very good to play. And I am willing to put him right alongside our last episode's killer, which is the Unknown, in the usually fun tier. I can see him moving up the ranks here, surpassing some of these killers that I played more. And maybe potentially if I really learn like more intricate stuff about him and really get good at Vecna, he might even move up into my always fun / favorites tier, because I do enjoy him a lot. Obviously, he's a very strong killer, so winning is easier. I don't have to put in as much effort as I would have to, for instance, with Trapper, who sits a tier lower than him, or, you know, with Twins. But he's also not like too easy. You still have to think about how to use his abilities, where to use which, and how to use them optimally. And I think I still have a lot to learn in terms of Flight of the Damned, on how to use that properly. I do try and play around with the elevation sometimes if I can, making the hits obviously impossible to dodge because they're lower to the ground. I think I've gotten a slight hang of how to use flight to like cut off survivors or catch up to them very quickly. The sphere, I sometimes aim it a bit poorly, so it goes past where I actually want it to check for me. And then definitely the hand. I definitely need to learn how to use and when to use that better. So a lot more practice to do with that killer. But for now, he'll stay in the usually fun tier. Nothing changes down here. I think I haven't played these killers since their episodes. I've played Hag. That's wrong. I have played Hag since her episode. I used her also a lot for blood points back before the prestige system changed, but I don't find her as enjoyable. She just kind of sits down here. Maybe I'll move her to the rarely fun because she's not as bad as these two. These two I haven't touched since their baby episodes, and Skull Merchant for a good reason, and Cenobite because I think I got the most upset during his episode because I was in a bad headspace and I had took so many attempts for the Adept challenge. I remember that one Adept game where I just tried to get the box from one survivor who looped me the entire game. Yeah, but some of these killers will stay where they are. For now, I don't really have any changes for them since I haven't played in almost a year. So maybe that'll change in the future. But for now, this is what it'll be. And yeah. Now with all that being said, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Baby Killer series. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoy the little bit faster paced format that I've tried to do with the last episode and I'm gonna also do with this episode. And if you stumbled across this video randomly, there's a playlist on my channel with all the Baby Killer episodes and some other content like League of Legends montages and other DBD challenges, which I'm also planning to do more of in the future now that I'm back into playing this game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time when we take on the Dark Lord. See ya.